I'm going to do a quick explanation of a basic pebbles percent run. I'm not going to use any complicated tech. I'm just going to go through the route. Okay, so when we start here, you'll want to do a fast roll, jump into a roll. Um, and then here you can do a slide underneath. If you press jump while going underneath, you get a speed boost. And that's the fastest way to go through the beginning part of the tutorial room. Then from here you can fast roll. Um, there's a better way to fast roll, but it's kind of complicated, so I'm not gonna recommend it. And sometimes you can get a pounce here if you lined it up right. And then do fast roll here from this point. The moment you reach this pipe here in the background, you can fast roll. And then just do a normal charge pounce here, and then you can do a slide pounce there. Coming down to this room, it doesn't matter too much. I like to roll at the bottom, but it's not important. Then I do a fast roll here, and if you're good with the timing, you can pick up rocks and throw them to boost onto this pole. But I can never manage to do that, and it shouldn't be that complicated. Now, there are many ways to do this room, like 500 ways to do this room. I do the pull momentum jump, but you should not do the pull momentum jump. Um, you should just get a rock from the previous room and then shove yourself into the corner, press jump and throw at the same time, and didn't line up right or something. And it'll take you to the pole exactly. And this is very easy to do. And I don't know why I keep whiffing it there. I think because I'm not crouched right when I'm getting into the wall. And it's very quick. It's slightly less quick than the pull momentum jump, but if you're like me and you can't even do it well, and you keep failing, it's faster. So yeah, do the corner wall pounce. Then you get to this room. If you do a perfect jump out of this, timing is hard. You can get the fruit, but that's hard to do. So what I like to do is come over here immediately, grab both of these, come up here, row, jump, come here, eat two of the fruit, and then take the other two with you. You can do a fast roll there. And if you do a perfect pipe boost here, you get right to the top of the pool with no delay. Same with the shelter, you can pipe boost right to the shelter. And then eat both the fruit before the shelter begins. Close. Now when you exit, what you do karma caching. So you hold down immediately and starve. And then with karma caching, when you starve, it increases your karma. Normally with starving, when you die, it should reset to your prior karma. But if you quit within the first 30 seconds, then it does not reset your karma. So you stay with the karma increase. And this allows us to very quickly increase your karma level. And in a Pebbles percent run, we go to Karma 4, which is the highest you need to get into Chimney Canopy and also into Filtration later. But it doesn't matter then because we'll have 5 Pebbles bring us to Karma 10. So here you can do a roll immediately, and I messed it up there, but do another non-fast roll here, and then you can come here, roll there, not like that. Um, Fast roll here onto this ball, slide. And then this can be kind of tricky, but if you can manage it, pounce there, right when you hit this tile right here, we'll bounce you up there. And all I'm doing is I'm sliding and then I'm pressing jump right when I hit that tile. And I literally just discovered this like a few days ago, so I'm not actually that good at it yet. I'm sure it's not like completely new routing, but I wasn't aware of it. And then try to grab a spear before you get to the next room, the first room of Industrial Complex. If you pipe boost out of here and press jump, and you do it right, you can nicely slide into the Karma Gate. This is one of the good examples where fast roll is really helpful. That's a single one tile gap there. What the hell did I do with that spear? Now here in this room, just go up this and throw a spear in the wall there. And then this gap, I like to do a backflip roll, but it's not actually faster. It's slightly slower than just doing a pounce jump, but I'm really bad at that specific pounce jump, so I never do it. But it theoretically is not actually very difficult. Just a slide and then a pounce. I keep calling it a pounce jump and not a slide pounce. It's like that. That's how you're supposed to do it. And that's the fastest way to do that part. And it's very consistent and quite easy if you're not me. So if you come through here, you can do another slide pounce here. If you can't do fast roll, sometimes it can be faster to wall jump. Fast roll. If you can't do fast pull climb, it can be faster to do wall jumps there. From this ledge, do a fast roll onto this pull. Over here. And then fast roll again when you fall down there, except I didn't do it right for some reason. And then here, just slide. There's a number of ways to get over this gap, but I just jump. It's pretty fast. Need to be careful of the caramel lizard in this room. And then this jump you can do without a spear or anything. It's annoying, which is why I avoid it. Um, but it's not too bad. Go up here. Wall jump here. Um, at a higher level, you can do a den boost here, but I don't know how to do it. I'm not skilled enough for that. If you do this jump right, max distance, which you can do by holding up and left when you jump. Um, and there's specific timing, and I don't actually pay enough attention to know how it works, so I can't really explain it. But you do the jump here perfectly, you get a fast roll. And I can do it very consistently, but I actually have no idea how. But then you can pounce out of that fast roll all the way over here. You can fast roll to here, and then throw that the wrong direction. And then do an extended slide there, or another fast roll. For this, you want to try to do a boost right out of it. You get the timing right. And then catch round right here, so you can jump off. And this room is very straightforward. You just go up the poles. Having thread indicator turned on, which I don't, is useful because often there's a blue lizard or something right up here, and you don't see it, and you die in the screen transition. Um, I don't normally take this route, so I didn't realize that jump was undoable. If you have a rock with you, and sometimes rock RNG can be pretty bad, then I like to do that. If you don't have a rock with you, you just go through here. But doing the corner pounds is faster. And there's a couple ways to do that, but the corner pounce is most consistent and will have you kill your run by falling into the void. You can roll there. Do a corner wall pounce here, which will take you right into the correct exit. This room is also pretty straightforward. but there's a ton of ways to do it if you do know more complicated tech. But timing wise, it's honestly not that different. You're only getting minor time save by knowing more complex ways to do it. Here, I like to do a roll pounce there from a back. There are better ways to do this jump, but they're annoying. So just do it normally. And then you can. I didn't mean to die there. Not the right region. Okay. That was embarrassing, but if you're not confident about it, just do a normal charge bounce. We'll get you across fine. But if you can do a pounce and throw, and that'll also get you across. Probably you can do a roll pounce as well. All of those are faster than doing the charge jump. And then once you learn and it slides, this is a very good location to do them. I don't have karma, so I'm just gonna cheat my way into the wall. You can do a roll from there, and then normal slide pounces. There's not really a lot of complicated movement except for orb skip when you're doing the wall. It's rather boring part of the run, but um, annoying. You can do type corner boost, so if you press jump while you're going around a corner, you get a small boost. Monk doesn't have any drop wigs, you don't need to worry about that, but if you're doing Survivor, I find it more consistent to take the bottom path for that last area, so you don't accidentally get stuck with the drop leg. If you can, sometime before you get to the top of this room, pick up a spear. That's ideal, because you need 2 spears for orb skip. I didn't pick up any, so I wasn't thinking about it. You can jump across here, get a spear. and then you jump and throw. And then use that to get to this little wedge. And then you need to jump out and then back in. It's a pain in the ass, and this is why I hate orb skip because it's so annoying to do. But it's not actually that difficult, it's just annoying. And getting the spears is also annoying. I need to eventually learn how to do a crawl turn vault, but that's like the most complicated movement tech. But it lets you get around the annoyances of orbs. I should have grabbed that spear down there. There's one up here. The white lizard room can be bad RNG wise, but usually it's fine. With monk, you have really high lizard reputation, so you usually don't have to worry about it. But it's useful to bring a rock as monk. As long as you have a rock, there's no bite lethality, so you'll never die to white lizard bite if you throw a rock after being bitten. Now with this part, easiest way is if you already have a spear, you can just spear here. But if you don't and do have a rock, you can do that um, corner wall pound. It's a bit more difficult here because of the geometry, but that'll also get you up there. There's this part which is also really annoying to do, but you just hold up and jump off the sides, and it's sometimes difficult to get it. You need to actually be paying attention to how to move. So you can see here how it's annoying because I was getting it fine earlier. Just really inconsistent, which is awful. Here we go up this pole, hold right and not up until you get to the other pole and you can't get caught by the pole plant. Some point around here you want to grab a spear for the top of the wall. Also, I didn't mention earlier, but anytime you have these vertical pole segments, you always want to be wall jumping. It's much faster. Very nice. Top of the wall vista. Very pretty. So, easiest way to do this part is the way you would normally do it. Um, but you need there to be a spear in here already. There's a decent chance a spear will spawn in this room, but it's not guaranteed. So if you do have a spear spawn in this room, you just do the normal, not that, the normal spear down throw that everybody knows about, and then a second spear embedded in that ledge. Um, right there. I'm not going to do it because I'm going to show you how to do the one spear version. So if there's not two spears in this room, you brought one with you, you can do that clip roll here, like right about here, and then the height gets it so that you can embed it there. And then you do the same thing again. And I'm used to doing this with zero visibility. Don't know why I'm doing worse at it now. And you can get up there with only one spear. It's another room where extended slides are pretty handy because there's a lot of flat ground. But you'll be fine not knowing them in the beginning. If you get the spacing right and do an E slide there, go over most of these. There's nothing real fancy you can do in this room. Have to go up poles. Here you want to hold down and jump so you can go straight through these. And then don't do a a pounce roll, so you can do um, a roll pounce normally in 0G when coming down. See if I can replicate that. I don't know why I forgot how to do it. But don't do that. Just hold left and down for a normal roll, or else you can get stuck. Zero gravity bullshit. I don't know a good way to do this room, except that it's evil and terrible. I hate zero gravity so much, and I'm never good at it. Here, you want to get onto this, to the pole that's right at the start here, line up, and then throw and grab. Just spam throw and grab. So you get to the end. Pebbles will see us. Give a save where you've already completed Survivor Monk or Hunter. You don't have to listen to him talk. And then the moment he gives you the mark of communication, you exit the game. This will remember that we got the mark, but bring us back to our starting shelter. So now we have max karma and we can go into depths. Now we go down here, and you don't fall like that, you fall onto the block. There's a better way to do this room, but I'm not sure how. I'm really bad with the second outskirts portion of the run. There's a lot of ways to go about these rooms much faster than I am gonna do here, but I don't know how. So you're not seeing great routing here. What you can do here is when coming out of this, you go into a fast roll. There as well. If you get on that slope, you don't take any fall damage. Land on that block. This is also a good extended slide room. Nothing too complicated with these rooms. Just roll when you can. And then here, I think it's always best to just play it safe, do a charge count. Otherwise, you lose a ton of time trying to do something fancy. Even when you know the fancier attack, it's not worth it. Then we go down this middle section. I don't know why I didn't fall straight there. I'm gonna go back up just to show. You come out of the pipe and hold down and jump. You'll just fall straight down. And if you do these right, you shouldn't run out of breath at any point like I did there. But you do want to use the swim boost at some points. Usually in those horizontal sections. Here, you don't want to use the swim boost. It'll decrease your total distance. And then we wall climb here. And then you can do this entire section without needing to come up for air at all. But it might be difficult to do that when starting out. What am I doing there? If you do this right, you can do a crawl, turn, wall climb. That's very advanced tech. I can't do that either. But it's one of the rooms that puts you in the right position so that it is speedrun viable, where it's usually too complex to otherwise do it in a run. Take this bottom path and stay against the wall so that you don't get caught by the kelp when you get to this room. Filtration is evil, because you are liable to get caught by terrible mole lizard RNG. We'll see what happens here. Take this middle path. Down here. Unless I messed it up, did I mess it up again? I don't know what it is. This one part is not that complicated, but I constantly don't do it right. There's a jump right there, and then you go down. Right down pretty early into here, and then across, down here, up here, through this shortcut. Filtration is a lot to remember, but you'll get it eventually. And nice RNG here. We didn't run into any mole lizards. This room is a lot easier to remember. Down. And then it's just straight across and you're at the end of the room. And then you're in depth. I'm not gonna do depth, um, because I suck at it and I'm not a good guide. But I will direct you to the shrub depth guide video. It's pretty good. Also, if you have watcher enabled, depth is way brighter, so that makes it easier to work with. Okay, I'm gonna stop now.